Welcome to our information literacy program this afternoon. I'm Virgie Alcantara, a university researcher from the UPLB Main Library, one of your moderator for this afternoon session. With me is Miss Marjorie E. Aguinaldo, my co-moderators, a college librarian also from the UPLB Main Library, who will facilitate on the Q&A portion. Please be reminded, allow me to read these reminders for the participants before we start this session. First, this activity will be recorded for documentation purposes. Please mute your microphone and turn off your camera throughout the session unless acknowledged by the speaker and the host. In asking your questions, kindly use the link https://pigeonhole.at/19/THILPS all caps 2. You may start posing your questions while the talk is ongoing. Questions will be entertained after the presentation of the speaker. Then everyone is encouraged to stay until the end of the activity and accomplish the evaluation form at the end of the session. E-certificates will only be given to participants who successfully registered, participated, and answered the evaluation form. Also, please make sure to double-check your information you provided in the form, especially your email address. Gentle reminder also in posting your e-certificate online. Kindly cover or blur the signature. And lastly, please remember to be polite, pay attention, and actively participate. Okay, for your questions and clarifications, here is the link. You can scan the QR code, and it will also be posted on the chat box. Now, to give you a short background, to give you a short introduction of Mr. Lorman D. Hidalgo, one of our librarians from the Learning Commons section, again from the UPLB Main Library. He will be talking on the All Access Pass, a virtual orientation on the access of UPLB libraries, resources, and services. Okay, let's welcome Mr. Hidalgo. Take it away. Let's give him a virtual applause.
Hello, naririnig na po ba ako?
Yes po.
Yes,
Okay.
Lorman.
Let me share my screen first. Nakikita niyo po bang aking presentation?
Yes po.
Okay, so good afternoon everyone! Gusto yun, nasa ng energy ko. So pa. Good afternoon everyone! Thank you to our moderators, Ms. Virgie, and shout out to our Facebook and YouTube viewers and our Zoom live audience. We currently have now 7,100 Zoom live audience. Sa Zoom pa lang yan ha. And syempre, special shout out to our dear teachers, professors, instructors, and lecturers as we celebrate the World Teachers Day today. So happy Teachers Day to our teachers. Thank you for teaching us not only the lessons from the book, but also the lessons in life. Anyways, how are you guys? Hope you are all staying physically healthy and mentally healthy as we continue to face and overcome the challenges of this pandemic. I am Laura Hidalgo, your lecturer for today, and this is your all-access pass to UPLB University Libraries, resources, and services. To start, let me share the outline of this presentation. First, I'll be giving a brief overview of the library. Then I'll be discussing different frontline services of the library and how will you be able to avail these services. Then I'll be sharing some of the library toolkits for you to use on your own research. Hopefully, at the end of this session, you will be familiarized with the library and you will be able to identify and utilize different services of the library and recognize useful library tools for your research. So let's start with a little throwback way back 1909, as the UPLB Library was established at the founding of the College of Agriculture in 1909. That's so long ago and also far away. So it provides materials and services to meet the instructional, research, and extension needs of the various constituents of the university. It has the most extensive collection of agricultural materials in the country and particularly strong in plant and animal sciences. The university library is headed by our university librarian, Ms. Concepcion D.L. Saul. She supervises the entire the UPLB University Library as well as the college and unit libraries, namely CDC, SEM, SEAT, CFNR, CHE, CPAF, SESAM, Biotech, PHTRC, and UP Rural High School Library. So shout out to our audience from these colleges. So if you wish to contact these college and unit libraries, you may search them on Facebook and directly email them using the email addresses shown on the screen. Now let me introduce to you to the different sections of the library. As you can see, so the library occupies the first 3 floors of the building you see on the screen. From the basement to the second floor. So let's start at the basement with my favorite section, the Learning Commons. The Learning Commons provide internet and computer services. We have a Mac station, Linux station, and Windows station, depending on your preference. It also houses microfilm and DVD format of old issues of newspapers. Before the pandemic, it also facilitates the lending of handheld gadgets such as tablets, laptops for students' use. So basically, for multimedia and other information resources need, the Learning Commons is the place to go. Adjacent to the Learning Commons, we have the University's Special Collections section. It provides access, facilitates lending, and leads the digitization of university special collection. So what are these special collections? We have undergraduate theses, dissertations, professorial lectures, terminal reports, and rare books. Going upstairs, we have the general references section. Its services include lending of books, of course, ID validation, and iLive account creation. Borrowing policies depend on what type of library user you are and what books you're going to borrow. Going upstairs again, we have the Filipiniana section. This section manages and organizes Filipiniana collection, including books about the Philippines and books written by Filipinos. Beside Filipiniana, we have the serial section. This section is the responsible for the encoding and updating of journals, magazines, newspapers, and other periodicals in print format. Going inside the technical sections of the library, we have the acquisition section. The acquisition section facilitates the acquisition of information resources of the library. So upon the acquisition of these resources, this will be processed at the cataloging section. This is the section responsible for classifying both print and non-print materials. We also have indexing and documentation section. This section is responsible in indexing literature on agriculture and other related fields for easy access and retrieval. And lastly, we have the Administrative Services Division. They are in charge in maintaining library facilities and property management of the library. So, guys, even before the pandemic, the library has been actively conducting these activities for you. So we have here the following, just to name a few. The Information Literacy Program Kickoff. It's an opening activity where we conduct games with prizes, of course, and We set up photo booth, we gave free ice cream and other goodies, and then we have also food box. It's a food drive to survive finals week. So it's like the community pantry now, but instead of ayuda, we're giving snacks and coffee to students who are preparing for their exam. Then we also have Upiana Heritage Quiz B. Now this is being held online, no? So you might want to check for further announcements. And then we also have the National Book Week celebration. Unfortunately, these activities are just part of our memory for now, right? So sad. But luckily, the UPLB University Library and your competent librarians came up with these frontline services of the library that can assist you in your distance learning. So let's start with the online article request service. This is online delivery of articles in full text that are not available in any databases that the university subscribes. So if you stumble upon an article that you don't have an access to or asking you to pay, just send the details of this to the link shown on the screen. Or you can directly send a letter of request via email to universitylibrary.uplb@up.edu.ph. For other college and unit libraries, requests may also be done directly to the link you see on the screen. Next, we also have selective dissemination of information. This online service provides reference lists with abstract or full text of articles on specific field of interest or research of the requesting party. So meaning if you are working on a paper and you're having a hard time obtaining credible related literature or studies, you may avail this service via bit.ly/lit search service. Just input the necessary details and wait for the response of the librarian. Other college and unit libraries also provide this service and could be done through the link you see on the screen. So you might want to screenshot or take a note of these links. Then we also have library instruction service and information literacy programs. So these services are usually done face-to-face before and now shifted online to support and inform students and faculty on the existing and new services and resources of the library. Library instruction services are requested by professors, and information literacy programs like this are done regularly every semester. You can also avail our one-on-one library tutorial session through the link bit.ly/UPLB Live online session where you can get an in-depth discussion of the services of the library. Next, we also have book borrowing. So book borrowing is back. So if you still prefer the traditional book, because nothing can replace the smell, the structure, and the shape of the book, right? So you may reserve your book online through bit.ly/UPLB online book reservation. And just wait to be notified that your book is now ready for pickup. And for returning of books, you may drop your borrowed books at the book chute placed at the main library, at the entrance of the main library. So if you want to browse the printed collection of the books, you can use the online public access catalog at ilive.uplb.edu.ph. Okay, so for other college and unit libraries, the following links can be used for book reservation. Next, we have the online seat reservation. Depending on the quarantine classification in the province, the library accepts clients who wish to use the library, provided that you reserve a seat online through bit.ly/UPLB live seat reservation. So at the day of your visit, you should show your confirmation email and your ID upon entry. Don't worry because we reduce the seating capacity of each section to practice safety measures and social distancing. Of course, we have ELVA, For other queries, questions, concerns, requests, you can chat with our electronic library virtual assistant or ELVA. ELVA is ready to chat in real time Mondays to Fridays from 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. However, you can still send a message after office hours and we will just attend your request the next day. ELVA can be found at the bottom right corner of our website. You can see on the screen. That is library.uplb.edu.ph. So for more information and updates, visit our different social media accounts as shown on the screen. Okay, we're not done yet. Now let me introduce to you to the different library toolkits that you can use in your studies. So first, I would like you to be familiarized with the online databases that we are currently subscribing. Okay. On your left, you can see the databases subscribed by the entire UP system. And on your right, you can see the databases exclusively subscribed by UPLB. Please do take note of the underlying databases because they are multidisciplinary databases, meaning they cover a wide range of topics and is not limited to a specific subject. So take note on that. You might use that in the future. So and then you'll ask me how will you be able to remember this databases? There's so many, no? Well, that's why we have OpenAthens. OpenAthens is a single sign-on platform where you can access all the subscribed databases in just one click. Pretty cool, right? So let me show you how it works. Let me share my other screen. Can you see my screen? Nagbago ba siya?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. So, where are we? Okay, we're at the OpenAthens. So, before you use OpenAthens, you need to make sure that you have an account. So, go to the library website, library.uplb.edu.ph, and under online services, click the OpenAthens, register or renew. So be sure to renew your account every 6 months because it will expire and you will not be able to use it. So assuming that you already have your account, let's try to log in. There you go, and automatically log in. So this is the interface of OpenAthens, and you can see the subscribe databases of the UPLB. Diba? Bongga. You can also put a heart mark on these databases so you can see them first once you log in again. So let's try opening some so you can see. There you go. We're opening American Meteorological Society. My gosh, tongue twister. So as you can see now, these are our databases. Okay, let's move on to other. Aside from OpenAthens, we also have Mendeley. Mendeley is not only used for searching articles, you can also add these articles to your library for organization. It has a built-in reference manager which is used to manage and share your paper with your classmates and generate bibliographies. Okay, let me show you how Mendeley works. Okay, can you see my screen again?
Yes po.
Thank you. So on your URL box, type mendeley.com. while still log in on your OpenAthens account, huh? I'm wrong. It's ma'am. Ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Mendeley. Yan. So let's start by searching for entrepreneurship. Kunwari. Shidin. Ayan. We have, syempre open access PDF, meaning we have access to the database. So I would like to add this entrepreneurship education through successful entrepreneurial models and hiring to my library. So add to library. Okay, so added na siya. And then this one too. And let's view our library. It will be redirected to the Mendeley reference manager. So as you can see, all the articles I added to my library, and then these are the following things you can do with it. No, so I created a folder, and I would try to sort these articles. So I would like to add this article to my entrep folder, and there you go. And then siya. And this one also. There you go. So if you want to check your paper with your classmates, you might want to create private groups, no? And together you can edit or revise your paper. But if you have more memory on your computer, I suggest you download the Mendeley Reference Manager desktop. So yung pinakita ko sa inyo is just Mendeley Web, and this is Mendeley Desktop. It has more features than the Mendeley Web. Here in Mendeley Desktop, you can highlight your articles in any color you want. You can add notes, so you will remember what part you're reading now. And you can create bibliographies also in this desktop app. So you might want to explore the Mendeley Reference Manager for desktop. So the last library toolkit I'll be sharing is the Trinity. Can you see the logo of Trinity?
Yes po.
Yes. Okay, so Trinity is an online plagiarism checker that provides originality checking and plagiarism prevention service that checks your paper for citation mistakes or inappropriate copying. So basically, it's like a plagiarism checker. You have 3 ways to enroll to Trinity. First, enroll to an instructor class. If you want to enroll in a class, enter the class ID and enrollment key that was given to you by your instructor. So at the start of the school year, your instructors will create a class, and he will give the class ID enrollment key to you so you can upload your paper on 30th. The second option is the library's plagiarism checking and originality service. So in this option, you will just send your paper to the university library email. That's universitylibrary.uplb.at.up.edu.ph. And then the librarians will just send back to you the results and similarity reports as your guide in enhancing your paper. And the last option will be the enrollment in libraries created class. Just email us your intention and we will send you the class ID and enrollment key so you can upload your own paper. Now, so assuming you have already created an account and you have already class ID enrollment key. So how to enroll in a class? Let me show you how. Share. Can you see the Trinity?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, thank you. So assuming that I am a student and this is a student account, I will just go here, all classes, and enroll in a class. And I will put the class ID, kunwari lang to ha, and enrollment key that was given to me, and then submit. And after that, you can upload your paper to check for originality and plagiarism revisions. Okay, very easy, right? Right now, so this is just an introduction to some of the library toolkits. I encourage you to book a one-on-one online tutorial session with us and attend the remaining ILP sessions where this will be all discussed in detail. So I think that's all for today. Before I leave the four corners of the monitor, I would like to thank you all for listening, and I would like to leave you with a quote from Lady Gaga that is not related to the session. So fight and push harder for what you believe in, and you'd be surprised. You are much stronger than you think. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hidalgo. Thank you so much for a very active and detailed talk. So, by the way, good afternoon, everyone. I am Marjorie Aguinaldo, one of the UPLB main library college librarians. I am here to facilitate the the second part of the session, including the Q&A. So let's now move on to the question and answer. So reminder again that we are using Pigeonhole Live for our Q&A session. Pigeonhole Live is a simple interactive mobile website where you can submit questions to our speaker. So just launch your browser and go to pigeonhole.at/19thilps2. Everyone, including our Facebook Live viewers, can ask questions in the Pigeonhole. So let's now move on to the Pigeonhole.
There are no questions so far.
So let's just wait for your questions.
Come on. Come on.
Please scan the QR code as well to ask questions.
Don't be shy. Ako lang to. Oh. Wow.
There's one. So from an anonymous participants, how can a faculty get a Trinity account?
Nice question. I think tulad din po dun sa sa website na under online services and then Turnitin account.
We will be posting the link sa chat box po.
Just go po to library.uplb.edu.ph. Under online services, you will see Turnitin. And that will guide you in your Turnitin account creation.
Another question po. From Matthew. How long po pwede mahiram yung book? Thanks po.
OMG, that's a good question. Gaano nga ba katagal? Nag-a-apply pa rin ba yung rules natin dati? I think I need Phone a friend. Phone a friend.
I think Ella can answer that.
Ma'am Ella,
Ella?
I need you beside me. Wow.
Ella or Angel?
Hello po. For the, sa paghiram po ng libro, good for 2 weeks siya. From the College of Engineering po. So, good for 2 weeks po sa natin, sa policy natin. Unlike yung kung siya ay reserved for room use, so mga overnight lang yun.
So,
Thank you po, Ma'am Lina.
thank you po.
May chat din po from the circulation. 2 weeks daw po for circulation books. Next question po. How can we get a Mendeley account po?
Ayan. So, pag gagawa ka ng pupunta ka muna sa sciencedirect.com kasi connected siya sa Elsevier, sa Mendeley. So, kailangan mong gumawa ng personal account doon using your UP mail. And then, pwede na siyang magamit sa Mendeley.
Next question po. How can we request from an anonymous participant? How can we request for a scan of selected pages of a library book?
Ayun, yung binigay kong link kanina, pwede mong gamitin o kaya mag-email ka sa universitylibrary.uplb@up.edu.ph and sabihin mo lang yung request mo. Pero syempre, bago mo mag-search ka muna sa ilive.up.edu.ph para malaman mo kung yung hinahanap mo bang libro ay meron kami. Yun.
We will also be posting the links para kasama yung mga unit libraries.
Yes.
Yes po, and then for the College of Engineering po, baka sakali may mga estudyante tayo, makikita nyo po sa online portal ng College Engineering, meron po tayong nakalagay doon na document delivery services. So yun po, doon nyo pwedeng ilagay kung doon nyo pwedeng ilagay yung request nyo for the scan ng selected book chapter. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Lina.
Thank you din po, Ma'am. Next question po. Any other questions po?
Wala ba magtatanong na Twitter account ko? Charot. Ayan, meron pa.
From Ma'am Angel po, yung sa tanong po kanina about how long for undergraduate books, 5 books per 2 weeks. For graduate students, 10 books per 2 weeks. And per faculty, 10 books for 1 month. And then reps and admin staff, 10 books per 2 weeks. Okay. So, next question po. Where is the university library located?
So, oh my God, paano ko ba ikikwento kung saan siya located? Basta, pagpasok mo ng entrance, diretso ka lang, and then madadaanan mo yung mga carabaos. And then turn right, paakyat. Pag nakita mo na yung Pegaraw, sa likod noon, yun na yung university library. At inokupa noon yung unang 3 buildings, floor noon ay ang university library. Ayun. It's located at the BM Gonzalez Hall. Thank you, Ma'am Michelle.
Nasa likod siya ng Circa.
Yes.
Next question po. When can we start borrowing books from an anonymous participant?
I think pwede na, no? Total, hindi, pipick upin lang naman yung book. Hindi naman, OMG.
Yes, po, mga book.
Basta po, dun lang sa link and then wait to be notified lang po ng librarian kung pwede na pong i-pick up yung book. Happy borrowing!
Next question po. From an anonymous participant, pwede po bang manghiram ng book? Magkano po kapag ipapadeliver?
Pwede naman basta naka-reserve siya online, pero yung ipapadeliver, wala pang ganong service yung university library. Pero pwede mo naman siyang pick upin pag ready na.
So from Angeline, you can start borrowing now for books. Place your reservation at bit.ly/min-library online book reservation.
Thank you.
From an anonymous participant, magkano po ang book fine kapag di naisoli ang libro sa due date?
Base dun sa ating borrowing policies, 2 pesos per day.
Ano pa rin po ba ang
Yung pa rin
book fine
ba?
ngayon?
Or wave na po ba siya?
Hello, Marge. Hello, Marge.
Yes po.
Ayan. Yung sa fines, ko lang din, i-clarify ko lang din, Tama yung sinabi ni Lord na 2 pesos per day, pero as of now kasi, hindi tayo nagko-collect muna ng fines kasi nasa community quarantine tayo. Bale, naka-wave siya ngayon. Ayun.
Thank you, Ma'am Ella.
Thank you po. So, 2 pesos per day po for circulation books, but as of the moment, fines are waived.